Looks like the family is there, and they're getting ready to come to the microphone, so we'll listen in. Okay. My name's Robbie Parker. My family is one of the families that lost a child yesterday in the Sandy Hook Elementary School shootings here in Connecticut.
I was amazed at the strength that Grace's parents showed. They say it is Grace who is guiding them through these difficult days. Here's our conversation. Tonight, we honor Grace. We will remember her. What do you want people to know about Grace?
Well, Grace had such a great spirit. She was a kind and gentle soul, and she was just the light and love of our family. She was just truly a special, special little girl that we loved, and she loved her brother so much, and she loved her school, Sandy Hook. In fact, this week I was telling somebody she had a stomach ache one day, and I said to her, "Why don't you stay home with Mom?" And she said, "No way, I have too much fun there and I don't want to miss anything." She would skip to get on the bus. It wasn't even every morning it was the backpack was packed the night before and ready to get on the bus in the morning and head off to school.
We're going to go on and we're going to use her positive energy to help guide us forward.
One of Gracie's favorite things to paint or draw was a peace sign.
You went to the funeral home, and you were telling me the story of she has a white casket.
She does. And when we walked in the room, it was the first time we had been able to be with her. And when we walked in the room and we saw that white casket, you felt like the floor was falling out beneath you and your breath was taken away. But earlier in the morning, I decided, because Grace loved art so much, we were packing Sharpies in our pockets. And when we got in, after we did our big family hug with Grace, we sat down and we busted out the Sharpies and we decided that at first I had visioned maybe a little heart, but by the time we were done, there wasn't an inch of white. It was so covered with all the things that she loved.
It's got to be, hard not to have been able to actually see her.
Well, at first I thought that, and I had questioned maybe wanting to see her, but then I thought she was just so, so beautiful, and she wouldn't want us to remember her looking any different than her perfect hair bow on the side of her beautiful long blonde hair.
Such strength. I will not forget the McDonald's or their amazing Grace. You heard Lynn talk about giving President Obama one of Gracie's pictures. She gave me the same picture, a Xerox copy of it. This is an owl that Grace had drawn, and President Obama said that he would cherish it, and I'm certainly going to frame this and cherish it as well.
27-year-old Vicky Soto taught first grade at Sandy Hook Elementary. She died trying to protect her students. Her sisters and younger brother, Jillian, Carly, and Carlos, are with us now, along with her cousin, Jim Wiltzik. Good to have all of you with us this morning, and thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us.
You were joking a little bit, actually, before we went on the air, that this snow that just started, you think is Vicky's way of being here, too.
It is her completely. She loved this holiday, she loved Christmas, she loved the snow, and she wouldn't have it any other way than having us speak right now and having it snow and sleet all over us.
Her little way of being with you, I guess.
Yes.
Jim, I know you're a police officer.
Yes.
In Connecticut, and you all were told a little bit from authorities about what they believe happened. Talk to us about what you know about what happened and how Vicky protected those kids.
What the family was told, their father, Carlos, was up the other night identifying Vicky's body and was just told kind of how she was found, protecting her kids, doing instinctively what she knew to do, protecting her children, huddling them in the closet and trying to shield them from the spray of the bullets.
Carlos, she's your big sister. Mm-hmm. You guys are a pretty close-knit family. She still lived at home. Mm-hmm. What did you love most about your sister? What brings a smile to your face when you think about her?
Every morning when I get up and just hearing her slam her door on the way down the stairs and hearing the Keurig machine going, brewing her cup of coffee every morning. It's just that's the thing that I'm just going to miss.
Carly, we've heard a lot about how much she adored her students, that she called them her little angels. One mother was talking about how her child, who had had your sister as a teacher in previous years, still talked about Miss Soto. What did she love so much about these kids and her job?
That they just brought a smile to her face always. She would come home with stories of what the kids did that day and how they were, you know, progressing so well, and how they would just make her laugh with all of their, you know, stories from home and everything. She loved those students more than anything, and she didn't call them her students, she called them her kids, and she was so close to those kids and she loved them so much. And
was this always what she wanted to do?
This is always what she wanted to do. My aunt is a teacher, and from when she was younger she wanted to follow in my aunt's footsteps, and she did.
Her favorite color was green, and it's not a very common color that people love, but she loved it, so everyone in our family is wearing green scarves for her.
Have you heard from some of her fellow staff at the school, or even some of her students' parents?
Yes, we have, and they're very sorry for everything that we're going through.
A few of her colleagues did message us and let us know that she was an amazing teacher. They're proud to know her, and they can't imagine what we're going through and how honored they were to know her.
Do you remember the last conversation you had with her, the last thing you all talked about?
She, unfortunately, she works very, very late. She comes home from work. She works 10 to 12 hours at a time at school. She's so dedicated. And she came home the night before really late, and we had gone out for dinner, and we brought her home dinner because I knew she was going to be late. She had gone to the Scholastic Book Fair in Danbury to buy, because that was her passion.
Yes, I know that fair, yeah.
And
Carly, what were you thinking at that moment? You must have remembered something.
My sister's the reason why I went to college. I didn't want to go to college after high school. I didn't really care for it. I'm not good at school. I wish I can talk to her one more time.
Yeah.
I wish I can just tell her that I'm so proud of her, and I'm so proud to say that Victoria is my sister, and that I love her so much.
What did he say to you, Jillian, and what did it mean to you?
He just told us how he has read her story and heard her story, and how she's a hero, and how she'll never be forgotten, and her heroic efforts saved her students. Several of her students are able to say that they're here today because of her, and he was honoring her.
We made these green ribbons yesterday at the house. Vicky's favorite color was green, and we wanted everyone to remember her, so we wanted to give out these ribbons. And I did give one to President Obama, and he said he would put it in the Oval Office with a picture that one of the little boys that died's brother made him. So I thought that was very nice.
Tell me what that was like, to spend time with the president.
He really made us feel like she really was a hero, and that everyone should know it. I'm just going to remember going out every year the day after Thanksgiving, getting our Christmas tree, and it was just painful because it's 3 hours just walking around a mountain trying to find the perfect tree. And any tree that me or my sisters would pick out, no, it had to be Vicky's tree.
He came late in my life, and Jesse was my son, but he was my best friend and my buddy too. We did everything together, and he had so many favorite spots where he'd go. The diner in town here, the grocery store for his bagel or muffin in the morning, Misty Vale Deli where he'd go to get his sandwich in the morning, also before school, and his snack. He loved life so much, and he loved it to the fullest, and the little guy really had no fear to anything.
That's when they shared their first kiss And, you know, these were just two peas in a pod, the way that they described one another. And, you know, he told me, Aaron, that he doesn't believe that it's real, that it's permanent, that she's going to come back. He's having a hard time processing that. And the way he described it to me just really stood out. I want our viewers to hear for themselves what he said to me this afternoon.
It doesn't seem real. It doesn't seem permanent and finite.
You think you might see her again?
I'm convinced that I'll see her again. Like I have like a little squish pillow that's like a little pillow for like your head that she had that smells like her, because it smells like her perfumes and stuff.
And it still does.
Yeah, when I wake up in the morning, I can smell, you know, my